Now let's see some examples on this form, 0 power 0 form. So whenever the question is in 0 power 0, we have to try to change it either into 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity. Let's see how to do that. Limit x tends to 0, x power x. Now if you try to substitute in place of x 0, you are going to get 0 power 0. So now we have to convert it either into 0 by 0 form or infinity by infinity form. How to do it is, we can assume that this entire factor x power x, this entire expression as equal to a single expression y. So I am just equating y equal to this. I am just assuming y be equal to that. Now apply log on both sides. So why am I trying to do this is, I don't want to deal with 0 power 0. I want to deal with either 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity. So by applying log, I will be avoiding that exponential form. So now I got x into log x, right? Now try to apply logarithm on both sides. Sorry, limit x tends to 0 on both sides. When you try to apply limit x tends to 0 on both the sides, you will see that limit x tends to 0, log y is there on the left hand side. Now since there is no term like x, whenever you apply limit x tends to 0, with respect to this limit, this entire factor will be a constant. Therefore you need not apply limit to this. So, or you can also say that limit x tends to 0, log y is simply log y. So from this, see, I have applied log on both sides, and then I have applied limit on both sides, and now I am trying to replace this entire expression with this expression, because it doesn't make any difference, okay? And next one is, now here it is limit x tends to 0, x log x is there. I can take this x to denominator. Why am I taking this x to denominator is, if you observe it, it is in the form of 0 into infinity. Log 0 is infinity. So 0 into infinity is there. Again I told you that whenever it is in 0 into infinity form, you try to convert it to either 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity form, right? Therefore I am going to take this x to denominator. Then I am going to get it as 1 by x, right? Okay. Now if you observe it, limit x tends to 0, log x is infinity, and limit x tends to 0, 1 by x is infinity. Now we are again in infinity by infinity form. Whenever you have this form, you can apply L'Hospital rule. So what does it mean? Differentiate numerator and denominator with respect to x. So I am differentiating numerator and denominator with respect to x. Log x means you get 1 by x, and d by dx of 1 by x is nothing but minus 1 by x square. So you are going to get limit x tends to 0, x square by x, which means minus x you got. Now you apply limit x tends to 0, you got 0. Now what is 0? Log y is equal to 0. It is not this one. This entire factor is not equal to 0. Log y equal to 0. Therefore, what can be y? If log y equal to 0, then y is e power 0, which means 1, right? Now we came to know that y is this. See, initially what did we do? We assumed that x power x is y, and now we found out that y is equal to 1. That is what we found out finally, right? Therefore, when I try to apply limit x tends to 0, x power x, it is nothing but limit x tends to 0, 1, isn't it? Limit x tends to 0, x power x equal to limit x tends to 0, x equal to limit x tends to 0, 1, isn't it? So which is nothing but 1. Therefore this entire value becomes 1. This is where you should be a bit careful. What did we do? We have equated y to be this, right? And therefore x power x is equal to y, and this y value turned out to be 1. Now we apply limit x tends to 0 on all the sides. Limit x tends to 0, x power x equal to limit x tends to 0, y equal to limit x tends to 0, 1, which is equal to simply 1. Got it? Okay. Now let's look at the second example of the same form. Limit x tends to 0, x power sin x. Again, when you substitute x equal to 0 here, you are going to get 0, and here x equal to 0, you are going to get 0 power 0. Again, it is in the form of 0 power 0. We want to convert it into either 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity form. For that reason, let us assume that y equal to x power sin x. Now you try to apply logarithm on both the sides. Then log y equal to sin x into log x, right? Then you apply limit x tends to 0 on both the sides. Okay. Now If you observe it, again for the same logic I explained there, limit extends to 0 log y is simply log y. What is the reason? There is no x term there to apply the limits. Okay. Now in the right hand side, limit extends to 0 sin x into log x is applied. If you again see it, it is going to be sin 0 means 0 and log x means infinity. Again it is in the form of 0 by infinity form. Just try to convert it into form of infinity by or 0 by 0 form. So for that reason I am going to take sin x to denominator. If I take sin x to denominator, it is going to be cosecant x. Now if you see it, it is in the form of infinity by infinity because cosecant 0 is infinity. So infinity by infinity form. Now again apply L'Hospital rule. Then what do we get? Differentiate numerator and denominator with respect to x. Here I get 1 by x and cosecant x is nothing but d by dx of cosecant x is minus cosecant x cot x, right? Minus cosecant x cot x. Okay. Now you can take these two to the numerator. Then cosecant x will become sin x and cot x will become tan x, right? And in the denominator there is going to be x. Now you can take these two factors together, tan x by x, and there is limit extends to 0. Now this entire factor will become 1 and what will remain? Limit extends to 0 sin x. Now what is limit sin x? Limit extends to 0 sin x? 0. Therefore this entire factor will become 0. Now what is 0? Log y is equal to 0. Why log y? I already told you that this entire thing is log y. So log y equal to 0. Now what does it mean? Y equal to 1. What is actually y? Y is x power sin x, isn't it? Therefore we have already seen that x power sin x is equal to y is equal to 1, isn't it? This is what we got. Now apply limit extends to 0 for all these. So limit extends to 0 x power sin x is equal to limit extends to 0 y, and that is equal to limit extends to 0 1. Now what is limit extends to 0 1? It is simply 1. Why? There is no factor of x there. Alright. So the answer for that one is y. So this entire factor, this entire limit is equal to 1. Alright. Okay.